Tim, and I'm in the East Bay of San Francisco, specifically the Tri-Valley region. What I wanted to do is to share with other gardeners, home gardeners, the design for the string trellis, do-it-yourself string trellis that I've come up with, leveraging input from other similar trellises that I've seen online from people such as Brian of Next Level Gardening and also Gary of Rusted Gardening, to name a couple. So anyway, this is the trellis design that I've come up with. It is, and it's based on using Tomahawks. And the Tomahook is a method of string trellising that allows you to grow much longer indeterminate slicer tomatoes. So this is really specifically for indeterminate slicer tomatoes, and definitely not for any determinate or cherry tomatoes. So this is the overall design, and it will support between at least 1 to 4 plants. I've used it with, using it here with 4 plants, and the cost is less than $10 per plant for 4 plants. So it's less than $40 for this whole cost, and for 1 to 4 plants. So the pieces that this also has very low assembly labor. Basically, the only assembly is that there is a piece of rebar under here, a piece of 6-foot rebar inside of this Schedule 40, half-inch Schedule 40 PVC. And so I pounded it into the ground about approximately a foot so one over on this side, one on that side, and make sure that the tomatoes are all aligned between those 2 poles, in a line between those 2 poles. Then you cut 2 pieces of Schedule 40 PVC to the height that you want it. And I made these 7 feet high because I'm 6 feet high, and this allows me to easily reach to the top where the tomahawks are, because while the plants are growing, you're going to need to manipulate this. I'm not going to go into specifics on how to use the tomahawk or the pruning methods associated with it. Those are available, pretty widely available on YouTube, so you can find information on that there. So basically at the top here, so the rebar runs about this far, this far up the tube, and it's pounded in a foot on each side. Then what you do is just slip this over it, and then just take an elbow, a PVC pipe elbow, half-inch elbow, and I just press fit these. They press fit tight enough that I don't think that it needs to be glued. It always could be glued, but this way it will come apart. It's very easy to assemble and come apart very easily. Right now there is no rebar or anything else in here, but with this length it's still fairly rigid. So I'm not too worried about that at this point. If I needed to more rigidity, so if we got lucky and had big bumper harvest, I could probably put a piece of rebar in here, between here, that's lower, that's shorter than this piece, and strengthen it up a little bit. So once those 2 poles are in there, you put the Schedule 40, in my case 7 foot on this side, 7 foot on that side. Then you measure between these 2 poles to determine which is the length that you want to cut this, and then you just press it into the 2 elbows over there. Then what I'm using for connecting the tomahawks are just a washer for a hose washer, along with a facet to the PVC pipe with a zip tie. And then I bought the tomahawks are available online already pre-strung like this, so I bought those there. And all told, all of that is less than $40. By buying most of it at Home Depot, and the tomahawks online. So that's what I wanted to go over with you today. I will attach a link to the list of parts that you need. I mentioned those verbally, but the list of parts you need and the approximate cost of those. And good luck with your tomatoes and other garden items this year. I'm really excited about trying the string trellising for the first time, and I think I've come up with a good design here. If you have any suggestions or experience with it, please reach out. Thank you.